Time now for Football Friday Night, powered by WCTV.tv.
A buzz in the air at the Jackets' Nest as undefeated Thomas County Central began its quest for state title number 6 in dominant fashion.
And just one word on the minds of the Seminoles: win. Florida High hosting Marianna in front of a juiced-up crowd in Southwood.
And Scott Cleese and his Wakulla War Eagles taking their undefeated season into the first round of the playoffs, hosting Gadsden County tonight with a few additions to their roster.
Yeah, it's a big night. Yeah, there are so many headlines tonight. We couldn't just have two people in studio. Sydney Wicker joins us this evening. Because we don't have a game of the week because it's the playoffs. Every game is the game of the week. Listen, week one of the postseason's arrived. We're here. You're in win or go home mode, and boy, there was a lot of good stuff.
There absolutely was, but the one that had, I think this is a fair assessment, just about every single coach in the Big Bend, if not just about every coach.
There were some anonymous text messages to the WCTV newsroom.
There were quite a few. That game going down in Crawfordville, Wakulla hosting Gadsden County in 2S. With some new faces to boot. If you didn't know, let me inform you. 3 North Florida Christian players transferred to Wakulla last week. Now, in the state of Florida, a qualifying transfer needs just 6 days in their new school to become eligible. So Terry Arnold, O.J. Vaughn, Leon Washington going from Eagle to War Eagle. And they're good to go. Wakulla up by a score in the second. Gadsden County tying it. Shonteris Thomas hands it off to Austin Perkins. Makes it look easy. Brushed himself off there. That tie ball game. Wakulla taking the lead 17-14 heading into the half thanks to a field goal. And they take control from there. Jags forced to punt. It is blocked. Herschel Blackman recovers it. Wakulla tacks on 2 more points on the conversion. It's 25-14 and good special teams there. That was some good defense. Arnold, one of those NFC transfers, monster sack for the senior. War Eagles having no issues tonight, guys. 46-14. They are moving on to the regional semifinals.
All right, Southwood now. Florida High and Marianna in a rematch from 2 weeks ago. The Noles looking for history to repeat. Their first drive, Noles down to 3. Tegan Hackett catches the pass. Has lots of green grass in front of him. Gets close to the pylon, but marked right out of bounds. Soon after that, Jaden Threats punches it in as Florida High finds the end zone, misses the extra point, make it 6-3. And if you're going on the road looking for an upset, you can't put the ball on the ground. But that's what Marianna does. Noles on top of it, and they wouldn't waste any time capitalizing. It's Threats again. Patient runs, turns that into 6 points. 13-3 Noles. Big win for Florida High. They get the win 41-17. They'll head to Wakulla next to face the War Eagles in a tough matchup.
Oh, that's going to be fun. All right, speaking of fun, let's go east on I-10, shall we? Aucilla Christian hosting the Wewahitchka Gators tonight in Monticello. The Warriors, listen, we've talked all year. This is one of the best defenses in one rural, and they showed why immediately. Stonewalling the Gators offense pretty much from start to finish tonight. Wewah feeling the need to push it down the field, and ACA's stingy secondary happy to take advantage of that. Bryson Mills gets the pick, coming down with it deep in his own territory. The Warriors, yeah, you got to get going on offense, too. After the opening score on the opening drive, they needed something a little later. Landon LaRosa, Eli Conrad, big gain late in the first half. That would eventually give way to this. LaRosa takes the snap, looks with a little bit of time, flushes to his right, throws it on the run, finds the big man Conrad again, but this time it counts for 6. 14-0 Aucilla in complete control. Congratulations to Coach Colby and the guys. The first ever FHSAA playoff victory in the history of ACA. They're headed to Port St. Joe next week to play the 2-seeded Tiger Sharks.
Moving on, the North Florida Fair setting a pretty skyline at a Gene Cox Stadium. Lincoln Trojans had a carnival of their own, hosting Matanzas at Gene Cox. Deshaun Washington letting the defenders go on their own ride. How about the tilt-a-whirl? Yeah, what are we calling that? Look at him go! Touchdown Trojans.
Well, it certainly wasn't the Gravitron because he didn't stay on his feet, I can tell you that much.
Matanzas just couldn't slow down that run. A strong burst by Deuce Lawrence, just one of many. He's finally brought down, setting up this score. Guess who? Washington again, cuts left. Nobody going to bring that guy down. Trojans rolling all over the Pirates. How about a shutout? 49-0. Chalk Talk coming to Tallahassee next week.
All right, moving back down to 2S Catholic hosting Suwannee. Catholic 23. Nigel Nelson 39-yard touchdown run. Nothing stopping.
There's
this.
no, how did he get out of
Look
that?
at him get out of it. He's going all the way, taking this one to the house and getting on the board quick. We'll then see Ryan Huff getting to work. He's going to go ahead and toss this one. He launches it deep to Javon Showers, 51 yards to the 16. We'll go ahead and tough way for the Bulldogs to end the season, though. They do lose 41-6.
All the momentum in the world Suwannee had, and then just something over these last couple weeks. All right, hey, let's get to better news, at least for one of our local teams. We'll talk about the other one in the same game, but you get the idea. Mayo, Lafayette Hornets, trying to make it. Yeah, right. How about it? First quarter, TK Williamson, he's got all day, and Jordan Murphy has a whole lot of space over the middle. See you later. 7-0 for the guys in red and black. Branford would just have to do anything. The Bucks just trying to get this offense going, but Trevor Mayers, you're clear for takeoff right up the gut, making his presence known. Go ahead and mark that down as a sack for number 5. Bucks going to try again. Screen, chucking it down the left, but Maurice Vaught, Bucks are, yeah. You know what, just take the final. I think you get the idea here. Lafayette all over 40-2. I want to know how the safety happened, but Hornets, congratulations. You play Madison next week.
Nice. The regional quarterfinal tonight between Chris Obert and his 7-3 Cottondale Hornets and Coach Bill Thomas and his 5-4 Sneads Pirates. These two met in week 1 with Sneads getting a big win. So would we have a repeat? Hornets hoping to get some payback. Sneads starts with the rock. First play from scrimmage. It's Cincinnati commit Jason Patterson. He's committed there for a reason. See ya. Nothing but green grass ahead of him. One play is all Sneads would need. 57-yard strike.
He's so dangerous.
6-0 Pirates. Cottondale trying to answer here. 4th and 4 on their own side of the field. That's Jacorian Garrett dragging defenders for the first down. The drive stalls. However, Sneads back at it. 3rd and 24.
What?
They're not going to get it, right? No way. Yeah, Yahweh. Young Gravy.
Woo! Young Gravy.
Best name. Holy cow. Down the sideline. Dominic Goodwin. 53-yard touchdown. 2 possessions, 2 scores. Hey, guess what, Sneads fans? You're winning. You're moving on. 46-22. They head to Bluntstown next week.
Night, Cottondale. And oh boy, folks, we are just getting started. Big Bend down, South Georgia to go, including history in Lakeland as Lanier County hosted their first ever playoff game. Come on back for more on your Football Friday night. All right, battle for the banner. We will have our nominees for you come Monday. We will also have our nominees, Allison, for Play of the Year, will we not?
Absolutely. 12 plays. You decided the winner all season long when we begin that voting on Monday, whittling it down every week to our Play of the Year winner.
4 student sections will also be nominated on Monday as well. You had one last chance to impress us. That includes Cairo and Bainbridge tomorrow. If you want to impress us, you better come out and be loud at 2 p.m. at Centennial and West Thomas. Speaking of South Georgia, we'll have those playoff highlights coming up after this. All right, Big Bend is in the books. A big night is South Georgia, too. A couple of undefeateds, y'all, that have been trying to go for way, way more in 6A and 7A.
So the question is, if they stay undefeated, they move on. If they lose, hang it up.
If they lose, it's just a nice little footnote, right?
Yeah. but that's not what they want. You got to make it to Atlanta. You got to be in the bins. You got to be playing for a state title.
But spoiler alert, if you know anything about Thomas County Central and Colquitt, listen, the Jackets, back-to-back region titles, undefeated back-to-back regular seasons. Do you really think this is ending tonight, especially if we let off? You know, just show the thing, Adam. Just show the thing. St. Pius the 10th, or X. I'm assuming it's the 10th. Anywho, I'm a Protestant. I don't know. 35-0. The 35 will get the attention, but the 0 just as important because the Central defense came to play. Jackets swarming the Golden Lions for a sack. Ezekiel Bogan, the guy who gets the credit. Jackets back on offense, facing a 3rd down. I promise this ball will snap. Who cut these? Oh, I did. Jalen Johnson rolls out. Malachi Thomas says, get off me, son. Oh, my goodness. A big, fresh set of downs. Everything's going Big Blues way. As you saw at the top, it was 35-0. Sorry, Catholics. I wasn't trying to be flippant earlier. A couple plays later, even the plays that aren't working are working. Johnson, his favorite target. Who else? Trayvon Pringle. 42-0. Once you pop, the fun don't stop. Central, as advertised, putting the buzz in buzzsaw. Posey, did you write that?
No.
Okay.
Only you, friend.
I don't know. I didn't write that. I don't know. I opened up the script and I was like,
something corny Ryan didn't write?
I was like, oh, come on. That's a great pun. Jonesboro's coming to Central next week. Read your call.
Here we go. In 7A, Parkview made the trip to the Hog Pen. The Pack just wrapped up an undefeated season. We talked about that a minute ago, but here we go. No Landon Thomas tonight. He was out, but guess what? This guy's healthy, and that might be all you need. Nycar, third play of the game, takes a look from Nico Fan. 80 yards. It's 7-0, and guess what?
Parkview not as good in
as
football
their
as baseball. Yeah.
Why change things if they're working, right? Fan the car once again. It's 17-3 in the second quarter. Pack showing why they're one of the best teams in the country. 51-25, the big final score. They'll welcome Westlake to the Hog Pen next week.
All right, down we go to Bazemore Hyder Stadium. The Valdosta Wildcats leading Archer 14-3 in the second. Todd Robb and company looking to add more to that. Robinson keeping this one himself. He tucks it and he takes off. He picks up a huge first down for the Cats, but that Tigers defense will end up stopping the Wildcats on fourth down. We see them getting to work right there. But Archer, they're going to give it what they've got too. They get shut down though, so that gives Todd Robinson and his offense another chance to come out. We see those students are repping the red, white, and blue for Veterans Day. But here we go. Let's get back to some ball. Todd Robinson airing this one out. He's got his guy. He's got nothing but space in front of him too. Let's add another 6 to the board, shall we? Ronnie Sanders takes it all the way. He gets the touchdown. The Cats go on to win 41-16. They will play Carleton next Friday.
Carleton,
sorry.
No, close enough. Listen, we're not
they're not
big
from here. We don't care.
We're not big fans of them, and it's Peach Basket Week anyway, so forget them. Go Blazers while we're at it. Why don't you go ahead? Or I'll go ahead.
It's your turn.
First ever, Rockmore Stadium hosting its first ever playoff game. Lanier County already softball state champions. They were honored for the game, honorary captains. ECI going to hand this ball off. A.B. Marsh takes this one outside, picks up a big first down, continuing with their power run game. But this one in the hands of Chase Johnson. He dodges some tackles, takes this one all the way to the end zone. The Bulldogs in white take the first lead of the game, 7-0. Lanier in need of a response. Drake Walford going to look deep, launches this one wide open. Darian Taylor, and he could. Go! All right, he does it, but you get the idea. Handoff to Nehemiah Davis, plows his way, end zone, back and forth we would go. It wouldn't take long, however, for ECI to add 7 more on the other side. Hudson Henry, that's a football name if I ever heard one. Rushes in, that's another touchdown. This was an awesome game, an overtime game. Lanier falls in heartbreaking fashion, 41-35.
Hey, you know what though? They're on their way up and up for Lanier. So proud of that team. In the GIAA, Georgia Christian on the road at Augusta Prep tonight, moving the rock good early on here. Carson Hanks weaving his way in and out of that defense. Finally brought down, and a little bit later, though, Tanner Rayfield going to finish the job. Touchdown pass to James Frazier. The Generals take the early lead. Second quarter, Augusta Prep's offense. They got going on the ground. Bo Polcha. That's a fun name.
Polcha.
Bo Polcha.
If you play that in Scrabble, you automatically win.
I say double score. He would score a touchdown a couple of plays later. They'd unfortunately end up doing more scoring than the Generals, though. Let's take that final score, Adam. Generals, they see their season end tonight. Tough loss on the road, 27-11.
All right, so we didn't have enough games to fill out the big board tonight, so we figured the little board could do its job. Pelham over Hurd, Clinch over McIntosh. Dooley ends Miller's season, and make matters worse for Miller. How about Seminole County? The rivals, Big Green in overtime, upsetting Wilcox. Brooks, bring that hammer. Early gets it done. Let's keep looking at some of these scores because we got some other stuff as well. Thomasville big winners tonight in the college ranks. FSU men's basketball gets win number 1, 5-0 for the 1-seed women's soccer team. And the FAMU Rattlers, how about Coach Gilmaz's squad saying bye-bye Bethune, 3-1
senior night
at the Lawson Center. Tomorrow night, tomorrow afternoon, 2 p.m. West Thomas Stadium will be the place. Cairo's hosting Troop. Bainbridge will be at Centennial Field taking on Trinity Christian, not to be confused with the Conquerors. And finally, Cook and Washington, they kick off at 5. More stuff coming up after this, y'all. Stay tuned. All right, so wrapping things up here, obviously no play of the week, no game of the week to announce, but we do have some stuff to get to for next week. Not every playoff team played this week, so we'll take a look-see right now at who is going to make their debut in the postseason next week. Let's start with some of our FHSAA teams. NFC and Monroe are going to play at Eagle Field. JP2 is going to host McClay. Port St. Joe is going to host Aucilla Christian. Madison County is going to host Lafayette. Sneads is going to host Bluntstown. Good stuff going on there, but also some interesting stuff in GIAA.
Yeah, so there were some GIAA games this week. They were playing games, so if you won your region second, that kind of thing, you had a bye this week. Valwood, region champs, they had a bye. They host Southland Academy next week for their first game.
And the runner-ups, Brookwood hosting Pinewood Christian. That matchup next week as well. They were on a bye this week, but man, can't wait to see those teams hit the gridiron next week.
I hear Pinewood Christian, I just think Pinewood Derby, and it just makes me want to race car. I don't know. Anywho.
Can't relate.
Yeah.
Hey, join us on Overtime. And by the way, go Noles, go Rattlers, go Blazers, go Nighthawks. Have a good night, y'all. See you on Facebook Live. Those didn't fly apart.
They didn't fly far.